Hey guys, welcome to our week 8 class video. We're going to go ahead and jump in with your technique activities that you have for this week. So the first technique activity that you're going to do is our triads and inversions on page 137 in keys A flat, E flat, and B flat, hands separately. So we've been doing that for several weeks, so I'm actually not going to demonstrate those because it's exactly the same as we've done in the previous weeks. With these, again, I would recommend that you practice using the different strategies that we've talked about and demonstrated so far. And you might also want to go ahead and do these first by saying the black keys and white key order out loud, and then trying it with note names, finger numbers, all of that good stuff, trying the broken chords. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and skip over to the second technique exercise that you're going to do for this week, which is our major scales and arpeggios. And we're going to start by kind of showing you what to do to prep for your full scales. It's really not, it looks intimidating, and it's not. It's really not bad, especially because you are going to do these hands separately. You don't have to worry about doing them hands together, so it's really not so bad. But we're going to go ahead and just jump over and look at page 121. And this page features a great selection of warm-ups for you to do for these scales. So the first one, for example, is practicing putting your finger 1 under your finger 3, which is part of the finger pattern that we have for our scales. So if you look at number 1 at the top of the page, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. So just practicing this motion with the hand getting your thumb under. Number 2 does the same thing, but with your left hand. 1, 2, 3, thumb under. 1, 1, 3 over, 2, 1. So you could go ahead and try that one, practicing that one in C and G, since those are our keys this week to sort of prepare you for that. Number 3 and 4 are something just kind of moving on from there a little bit. We have 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 5, and then going up 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 5, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 5. So that's just practicing finding those 5 notes with your hand after you do the thumb under. You could do the same thing with number 6, which is the left hand, and then number 4, which is with the left hand, and then moving on to number 5 and 6, we have. So just practicing that little stretch, octave stretch in your hand. And then doing the same thing with your left hand. 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and continue stepping up with that one. So I would recommend that you give these warm-up activities a try on this page, especially if you feel that you are just having trouble maybe orienting yourself to doing the thumb under or 3 over in either hand. These are good preparation activities for that. Jumping over to page 122, we have another couple of warm-up activities. This first one in the middle of page 122 is really helpful because we're doing our, I call this chunking, which is not a very appealing term, but it's where you play the thumb separately, then you play 3 and 2 together, then you put thumb under, then you play 4, 3, 2 together, thumb under, 2 together, thumb under, 4, 3, 2 together, 5. So you end up actually playing all of the notes of the C major scale. You're just playing some of them in those groups, and that really helps you practice the finger patterns. And you can do the same thing with the left hand. Just something that could be helpful for you to practice would be to try practicing those in the groups that way. That way you're really getting the note names and the finger numbers for those scales, and you could try that in both C and G. Then we have on page 123 just some helpful practice strategies for the arpeggios. So just getting just something really similar to what we've done before. So just a couple of things that you could practice from page 121 to page 123 to prep you for page 124, which has our C major scale and arpeggio and our G major scale and arpeggio. So we're going to go ahead and start with we're going to start with C major, right hand, then we'll do left hand. The most important thing with this one is the finger numbers. So if this is 2 octaves, so from C up to 2 higher Cs there. 2 octaves for both hands, for the arpeggios as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call out the finger numbers, okay? The scales, the actual notes should be pretty straightforward. I think that you will not find that too difficult. C major is all white keys, but really being precise with the finger numbers is most important. So I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate right hand, then left hand. Then we'll do the same thing with the arpeggio, then the same thing with G major. So here we go with the right hand C major scale, and say the finger numbers out loud with me. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, thumb under 2, 3, 4, thumb under 2, 3, thumb under 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 4, over, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1. I would recommend that you pause and repeat that several times until you feel really, really comfortable with those finger numbers. Then we'll try the left hand. So same thing, 2 octaves with the left hand. Say the finger numbers aloud with me. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 4, over, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, thumb under, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So now let's look at the C major arpeggio for right hand. So for this one, we're using 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. The main thing with this one is to work on pulling your elbow out while you play. A lot of people, when they want to play, they want to like pull their elbow right in and play out like this. That is super uncomfortable. You want to be leading with the elbow while you play up. Feel like somebody's pushing into the inside of your elbow, even when you come down. You also want to make sure that you're playing with very curved fingers on the arpeggios, not down here like this or way back here, but playing fully into the keys, nice curved fingers and elbow pointing out, okay? So let's go ahead and try the right hand arpeggio, and we'll say the finger numbers. Keep that elbow pulling out. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And it's okay if for right now you can't do it smoothly, but you want to avoid doing this. You want it to try to be connected if possible. And that's an advanced technique and something that you'll get over time. So again, I would recommend go ahead and pause and practice that several times. And then we'll go ahead and give the left hand a try. So left hand is 5, 4, 2, 1. It is very important that you use 4. Do not use 3, okay? It will be very tempting to use 3. Do not use 3. Please use 4 when you play these. So 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. Same thing. Keep that elbow pressing out, fingers nice and curved, not playing on the edge of the keys out here, but playing nice and in. And let's go ahead and give this a try. Left hand, 1, ready, go. 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. Hold it. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. So again, pause, repeat, and practice several times. Now we're going to move on to G major, and here's the really easy thing. It is the exact same finger pattern. Scale, arpeggio, identical in every way. The arpeggio is literally identical. It's all white keys, so it feels exactly the same as C major. The scale, the only tiny difference is that we have our F sharps, okay? What I want you to think about is which finger goes on F sharp with each hand, and kind of just memorizing that will be super helpful. So in this case, our finger 4 of our right hand goes on F sharp, finger 2 of our left hand goes on F sharp, and that's in every case. So that'll really help just to kind of ground you in the scale and make sure that you're doing it right, is to just notice that you're always playing that finger on the sharp note, and that'll mean that you're staying pretty well on track. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the G major scale right hand for you and follow the same procedure. So I would recommend pausing in between each item and practicing it several times. Here we go, G major right hand. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, sharp, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp, 5, 5, 4, sharp, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 4, sharp, over, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1. So pause and repeat a few times. Here's left hand. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, sharp, 1, 4, over, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, sharp, 1, 1, 2, sharp, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, thumb under, 2, sharp, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure you get the scale really well done. Practice a few times. Here we go with the G major right hand arpeggio. It is identical to the C major, fingering everything. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and left hand. Here we go. 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. Beautiful job. So the great news is that scale pattern that we just did, the fingering for that scale, is going to apply to almost all of our white key scales. And the principles that we're working on in the scale fingerings are going to remain very consistent and be very helpful as you continue to work on other scales. So let's go ahead and jump right over to the rest of our book and our Unit 8 this week. So we're going to go ahead and start by looking at page 97 and 98. And over here, we are introducing our augmented chords. So if we think about our chord, our major chord, we have our 1, 3, 5, C, E, G. An augmented chord is when we raise the fifth by a half step. So it would become C, E, G sharp, instead of C, E, G. Same thing with left hand, C, E, G sharp. So a little warm-up activity that you can do with this one is to play your major chord, C major, C augmented, major, augmented, major. Then you're going to go up and do your D flat, major, augmented, major, augmented, major, and continue going up by half step. So now on D, major, augmented, major, augmented, major. Now E flat, major, augmented, major, augmented, major, and E, major, augmented, major, augmented, major. So you can continue doing that up each half step. It's a great way to practice control of your fifth finger, and it's also a great way to practice those chords and also ascending chromatically with your with your chord. So going from like C and ascending chromatically is super helpful. So then on the next page, 98, we're going to look at learning diminished chords. So diminished is if we take a minor chord, C, E flat, G, 1, 3, 5, and we take the fifth down. So you can repeat this same activity. So you're going to go major, diminished, major, diminished, major, and then ascending by half steps. So now we're on our D flat, your C sharp minor, minor, diminished, stepping down with that fifth note, minor, diminished, minor, up to D, minor, diminished, minor, diminished, minor. Great. So then you can do a progression that has all of your chords. So you go major, augmented, major, minor, diminished. And you can see that's at the bottom of page 98. So I'm just going to talk you through a couple of these, and then you can try doing this one on the full thing on your own. So you're going to start on C, and then you're going to be stepping down until you get to the next C. But I'll just walk you through a couple of these. So we start with the major chord. Major, fifth goes up to augmented, fifth goes back, down to major, 3 goes down, make it minor, 5 goes down to diminished. Now keep your hands right here and just move your thumb down. Now you're on B major. You're on that one chord of the next key. So let's try this one. Major, 5 goes up, make augmented, 5 goes down, make it major, 3 goes down, make it minor, 5 goes down, make it diminished. Same thing, now just take your thumb, your lowest note, that B natural, and move it down to B flat, and now we're in B flat. So here we go. Major, 5 goes up to augmented, 5 goes down, back to major, 3 goes down, make it minor, 5 goes down to diminished. Leave those top two notes alone, take that B flat down and make it A, and then we've got our A major chord, and this is the last one I'll show you, and then you can continue on your own. Major, 5 goes up, 2 augmented, 5 goes down, make it major, 3 goes down, make it minor, 5 goes down to diminished. There we go. I had a brain fart. All right, beautiful job. So go ahead and continue trying that one until you go from C all the way down to C. And if you can do all that, you will be super, super prepared for all of the different things that we have coming up, and that will really indicate that you are very comfortable in understanding the different chord structures and the notes and all that good stuff. So it'd be a really great use of your time to go through that one in its entirety. That would be excellent. So let's go ahead and move right along and take a look at 100 and 101, which is our solo rep topsy-turvy. Now this one we have a lot of crossing our hands. So one thing that you might want to go ahead and do would be to go through and just circle all of the left-hand notes that cross over. So I'll just give you a quick example here. Just make sure that all of those left-hand crossing notes are written in. And then in class, you guys should have also kind of gone through and maybe sketched out some of the hand position patterns that we have for this one. Similar to Little Scherzo, this one has your thumbs next to each other at all times in this one. So if you notice that in that first line, thumbs are on B and A, then C and D, then back to B and C, then A and B, then G and A, then A and B, then B and C, then C and D, then D and E, then E and F, and so on and so forth, F and G, all that good stuff. So if you focus on maintaining that hand position of the thumbs remaining next to each other, you should be in really good shape with that one. Noticing the pattern of notes with the left hand note that crosses over, make sure you feel really comfortable with that one. This is a little bit tricky to practice hands separately just because we're playing back and forth between the hands so much, but I would definitely maybe practice just one line at a time and then take a big pause, so go. Just kind of evaluate and maybe try it, going really, really slowly, calling out some of the finger numbers or note names or anything like that you find helpful. But one, practice strategy to keep in mind is to remember that it's never necessary to feel like you have to practice by playing the whole thing from beginning to end in one single sitting. This would be a great one to maybe just practice a couple lines at a time. Make sure that you really are feeling comfortable with the pattern because the pattern continues on throughout this song, just on different note combinations, and that will make it really easy for you. So let's go ahead and give this one a try from the very beginning, and I'll just demonstrate how this is going to go. Make sure that you're playing nice staccato touch throughout, and here it is. 1, 2, ready, go. Left hand. Cross. Back to C and B. Step down. Step down. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. C, C, C. job. So make sure you pay attention to the correct octave for all of those C's at the end, and give that one a couple of tries. Again, feel free to try it. You can try it even slower than that when you're practicing. In fact, you definitely should try it slower than that when you're practicing. But when you get it up to tempo, it'll sound really, really fun if you can get it. So you can have something like that as maybe kind of a big goal for yourself, because it does sound really fun and it kind of flows really nicely when you do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at our reading exercises here. And notice that we have a little bit in this one, because we're using our augmented and diminished chords. We have a couple of notes here that are starting to fall outside of just a strictly 5-finger pattern. So if we look at number 1, we're starting in F position, but on each alternating measure, we go up to that C sharp, so you just have to keep that in mind, that you're going to be reaching up a little bit outside of what we would normally have in our 5-finger pattern right there. So just definitely keep that in mind, and really keep that in mind for the transposition. So as always, I will say the right hand finger numbers out loud for this one, and we'll go ahead and give this one a try from the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch here. 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. Watch left hand. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 1. So go ahead and practice hands separately if you need to. Tap out the rhythms, say the note names, and when you're ready and feel confident playing it in the original key, let's slide up 1 step, and we're going to try this one on G position. I would definitely try doing just your left hand alone in the G position first, so you can make sure that you've got that augmented interval right there, good to go in the left hand. Ready, go. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. Watch the left hand. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 1. Great job. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Now this one is tricky. This one we are not going to even do a transposition for, because there's a lot of jumping around on this one. So if you choose this one for your reading activity for this week, you do not need to do a transposition, because this one is just a little bit on the complicated side for that. So we're going to go ahead, and I would recommend absolutely try doing the left hand alone. And notice that we have a hand position change. And then another one. So go ahead and maybe, a great idea would be to have those chords labeled. And you can also go through and, again, just practice that left hand alone, hands separately, and then we will go ahead and give a try with the right hand all together. And again, I will say the finger numbers out loud for this one, and be careful for the hand position change going through the second line also. 1, 2, ready, go. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. Jump up. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Jump down. 1, 5, 5, 3, 2, 1. So definitely give that one a try. Hands separately, and then practice it really, really slow, hands together. And if you choose that one for your assignment this week, no need to do a transposition on that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next page. For this one, we're going to be in a little bit of a wide-spaced C position. So right hand thumb on the higher C, left hand pinky on the lower C here. And we're going to go ahead and give this one a try. Watch the intervals in the left hand. Watch for the flat coming in the second line in both hands. And let's go ahead and give this one a try. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5. Watch for flats. 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great, and now we're going to step up. One step in both hands to play this in a D hand position. Oh, we're going to start in a D major, right? We start the first line in D major, then the second line will go to minor. So when we have a flat here, when we would have an E natural that turns into an E flat, when we transpose it, it'll mean that our F sharp turns into F natural, okay? So let's go ahead and give this one a try from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5. Move to natural. 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at Allegro at the bottom. Again, this one does not have a transposition, but we will repeat this one. Be careful because we have a little bit of a different hand position. Right hand thumb on C, left hand thumb on C. So just a little bit different. Maybe even just as simple as it is, try that left hand part alone. Try the right hand part alone before you give this one a try together. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you do that one for your video, there's also not a transposition there. But because there's no transposition, again, I would kind of, we would kind of be expecting that you might play that one a little bit more up to tempo. So again, the expectations are just, since there's no transposition associated with that one, the actual one itself, would have a little bit of higher expectations just for that reason. So let's go ahead and move over, and we're just going to jump and take a quick peek at what we have on page 104. We have some just other additional warm-up activities that are really helpful for your practice on scales and all of that good stuff. So we have at the top this exercise that uses the triplet rhythm in our 5-finger patterns. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and then you would continue on your white keys just like that. So the benefit of this one is that a lot of people have trouble if they find that any of their fingers are not as facile as the others, like if they have trouble with kind of moving quickly, it's that fingers 2, 3, and 4. So this gives you a great opportunity to practice that. So I would definitely give that one a try. Number 2 is practicing, now that we're doing single hand arpeggios where you actually have to like cross and everything, we now have just another activity with the cross hand arpeggios here, where we're going, you know, like left, right, left, right. You can start working on doing these a little bit faster, you know, so now that you are actually having to play them with one hand, playing them with 2 hands will be a little bit easier. So going left, right, left, right, then stepping up, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and so on and so forth. So that would be a great opportunity to practice that one too. It's also pretty fun, so you might enjoy practicing that. Then 3 and 4 at the bottom are really similar to a technique exercise that we did, I believe last week, where you're just playing the chords, jumping up octaves on the piano. Except for right now, we're just going to practice it with our augmented chord. C, E, G sharp augmented chord, C, E, G sharp augmented chord, and trying that on any other keys that you see fit. They suggest E flat and F. I think those would be great ones to practice. And then you can do the same thing with the left hand, but you're going to try diminished chords. So F, A flat, C flat, diminished chord, jump down, F, A flat, C flat, diminished chord, jump down, F, A flat, C flat, diminished chord. Beautiful. So you could go ahead and give all of those technique activities a try, just as something to help you out with certain sort of technical difficulties, playing the augmented and diminished chords, and also working on getting those really quick fingers on those first 2 activities. Then we will go ahead and finish up by looking at 2 examples of harmonization with 2-hand accompaniment on page 105. We have the first one up here, and then Country Gardens on the bottom. So you guys should have written in the notes, or at least started to kind of sketch those in class, and make sure that you do have the notes written in. So I'll go ahead and just demonstrate what the your accompaniment part sounds like. So the bottom 2 staves right there for the first one and the second one, and then I will play the melody so you can hear how the melody sounds and maybe practice playing it along with the actual melody part. So here's number 1. Here's how your part is going to sound, and I'll call out the chords as we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go. F, G minor, C, F, D minor, G, C, hold there, G minor, C, A, D minor, G minor, C minor, or C major, F. Perfect. So here is how the melody part will go, and I will call out the chords while I play the melody part so that you can stay on track with that. 1, and I have a pickup note, so I'll count 1, 2, ready, go, and I'll start playing on the go. 1, 2, ready, go. F, G minor, C, F, D minor, G, C, G minor, C, A, D minor, G minor, C, F. Excellent. So now I'll demonstrate Country Gardens. Here is how the accompaniment part, the one that you will play, sounds, and I'll call out the chords. 1, 2, ready, go. G, C, D, G, G, C, D, G, G augmented, C, D, G, G, C minor, D, G. And here is how the melody part will sound, and I'll call out the chords while I play the melody. 1, 2, ready, go. G, C, D, G, G, C minor, D, G, G augmented, C, D, G, G, C minor, D, G. All right, so that is it for this video today. Again, keep practicing all of these elements. Remember, again, you don't need to do this whole video in one sitting. It's a great idea to kind of go back and work on individual elements on individual days. Give yourself plenty of time to practice using all of the steps that we talk about and being very conscientious with your notes and finger numbers and rhythms and all that good stuff. So until next time,